Hey everybody, what's up from Roll, Minnesota, your state of skate? Hey, I'm Butch Lehman, and today we're in for another episode of Rolling Reactions. This one's 10 years in the making, took place in 2011, featuring two of the most iconic rollerbladers in the history of the sport. We're talking about Brian Aragon and Chris Haffey. Now, just for context, this one is a shout out to Lillian Smith, who in a YouTube comment on one of my previous videos reminded me of this series put together by Chris Haffey, where he traversed the United States seeking out competition in a game of blade with some of the top pros in the industry. The first episode, though, was facing off against Brian Aragon on his home turf at the Razor's secret training facility, and fireworks ensued. We'll just put it that way. Anyway, let's take a look at two of the top pros in the industry go head-to-head in battle on a pair of down boxes. What more could you want than that? Let's check it out. So this is back in the day when Chris Haffey would post regularly to YouTube, and these were some of my favorite days in rollerblading. There's so much good content coming out.
Today we're at the secret
This is
training
episode
facility.
1.
You guys have probably never seen clips of before. I'm gonna play a game of skate with one of my good friends, the man himself, Brian Aragon. He's pulling up right now. I took the bus.
Look at that, pulling up, ready to go, get the show on.
You know you gotta be betting something.
It's the wager's lunch.
So game of blade, rules are
Calling trick.
no landing in the bank, no touching the wall. Coin toss.
Pretty standard
crawl
rules.
in the air.
Alright. Tails never fails. It's tails.
So first of all, I just wanted to acknowledge that these are pretty standard rules when it comes to playing a game of blade or a game of skate. You take turns. I know one of the rules that they're going to implement that a lot of us use is if you call a trick and you land it and then the opposing person lands that same trick, then it doesn't default back to you to set a new trick. You've lost your turn. And so that's what they're going to be talking about next. By the way, shout out on the Razor's training facility. This is an amazing park. This is one that I know I've always been secretly jealous of. I guess it's not a secret. I'm jealous of it, and maybe others have as well. There's been some amazing tricks that have taken place here.
Are we doing it like, if I land my trick and you land it too, does it switch to you?
That's what they're talking about. It's a rough start for Haffey, but that quarter pipe looks like it comes up super fast. Both got the Soyel in.
Just throwing a bunch of weight right now.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go with
A rare miss for Brian Aragon. So far, pretty mild for these two guys, and the level of consistency, though, especially this early in the morning, pretty impressive nonetheless. Still looks like Haffey's got a good shot on that one. We'll see how Brian Aragon is able to return fire, though. Made it way too
When do you
easy.
switch true top acid?
Is that the hand touch?
Hit the hand.
Thank God. That wall just saved my life.
Don't touch the wall.
Listen, I see what I gotta do now. I'm gonna try to go 3 tops over sole.
Way too easy.
Good one, huh?
I think that's the earliest.
Got to follow that one up, Brian.
Earliest in the morning?
That's pretty good for before noon, man.
That's one of those tricks you don't do before noon.
Forever.
Let's try it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That'll tie up the game at B2B. I thought Brian was going to get that one. Just slipped out on the sole part of it. I mean, the hard part was already out of the way, but you can tell that they're starting to get into this game, and it's getting competitive. Again, it's awesome seeing two of the GOATs go down, going head-to-head, and such a friendly style. You don't really see that in other, like, professional, organized sports to have these types of pickup games just for fun. And that's one of the things I love about rollerblading. You got to watch out for that right foot. Right foot sole.
Good one, too.
At lunch.
Destroyed the shirt.
Who's going there?
Let's do that
3
switch
top
to
acid.
again.
Watch the hands.
Switch true porn.
Missed it. That was nice.
Watch the hand, player. That wall is tricky.
There it is, the origin of the meme, one that my friends and I use a lot when we're out skating. You drag your hand on the rail or you touch down on the ground and it's, watch the hand, player. Brian Aragon said it best. Words of wisdom. They'll go down in blading history for all of us. Watch that hand. That was close. That was really close, Haffey.
That's BL.
It's about to be a BLT for this foot. If it keeps going like this, right?
Dad
I'm
jokes.
gonna go with the switch 2.0.
BLT. So this one's switch. Way too easy.
I fought it.
Watch the hand, player.
Let's go.
BLA.
True fishing.
All right, just one quick comment on this one, but the true spin fish is one of my favorite tricks. Brian made it look really easy, got the revert out on it, and it was just really nice. And I'm really surprised like how easily some of these tricks are for him regular and switch, because we saw him do the true porn left-footed and then the true top porn right-footed on the same ledge in succession without any attempts in between. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, get out of the way, Brian.
We didn't say nothing about grabbing the
That counts. A little bit sloppy, but that
What do
counts.
you get Brian Aragon in a game of skate with?
I would ask myself that same question.
Oh, that one's a tough
Nice.
one. I never do that trick.
3 soul to soy out.
Ouch.
I gotta do it before you say out. Weird, I called it wrong. I meant I was gonna 3 soul and then hop over into the thing.
Yeah, he's busting out the threes. Okay, I'm gonna do hurricane topsail.
All right, well, we knew it was just a matter of time. They're both amazing at hurricane topsouls, and it's one of my favorite tricks. So let's go ahead and see that one happen. Placed it.
I don't think you've ever missed that trick.
You got this one, Chris. I've seen you do these a bunch of times.
It's not the best approach for the trick. Oh.
Came off a little bit early.
Sweating now.
That's D. He's got 1 letter left.
On this side.
We're so weak. If he even lands it, though. Choking.
The show goes on.
So I just realized this, but basically that's a switch one for Brian since he did the hurricane topsoul left-footed. I mean, this is basically a hurricane topsoul switch, just maybe even more difficult by adding in that front torque first. So I don't know, man. If you can have both those tricks on lock on a set of down ledges, you're doing things right. It's an understatement for Brian Aragon. He definitely has that. That's a cool switch up too.
That was so weak. What's the rule on that one?
Well, you guys didn't say anything about grabbing.
All right, they're gonna count that one. The game's getting closer.
BLD, BLAD.
I think he's on BLA.
A little bit of controversy in the score here.
What does this fool not do? I gotta fix something. Alley-oop training wheel.
Alley-oop training wheel. There's one I wasn't expecting. Made that one look easy
Oh
though.
my god, I don't know. This is tricky. You gotta make sure you don't get the speed bobble.
That would be the concern. Oh, that counts. That definitely counts, right?
We're gonna give it to him. This fool's in the right spot. If I win, I don't want there to be none of that. I did that trick. I want to eat my sandwich in peace.
Yeah, that's
I'm
understandable.
gonna do alley-oop topsail and 3 out the hard way. It's not the most difficult trick, but that quarter comes up quick.
Laced.
It's good.
That was really nice.
I get 2 tries. I only need 1 try.
So they didn't specify this earlier, but they're clarifying it now. But generally when you play a game of skate, it comes down to your last letter. You actually get 2 tries to land the trick. We generally call that second attempt your prove it attempt. You get the regular shot, and then before the game ends, you get 1 extra go. It's an alley-oop topsoul, revert 360 out. It's a pretty tough trick, but this is one I would expect Haffey to land for sure.
Dude, that training wheel pulled a hammy.
He got split open on that one.
We'll have to put this one in his eyes and stand right at the bottom.
That'll count. That counts.
He saved himself.
I'm gonna do illusion top horn.
Oh,
That's a weird one.
Forward.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Get this dude a letter.
I'm gonna do switch.
Almost.
Switch, true soul. Throwing a little, throwing some flair, but.
Watch, this will be another left-footed grind. See, the hurricane topsoul is regular for him with the left foot, but then the true soul was switch for him with the left foot. Chris Haffey's got that one for sure.
Get that illusion porn on you right now.
Oh my god. the true front torque to topsail. That'd be a good way to end it.
You gotta do it first.
All right, that was a monster trick. 270 front torque to topsail. Actually, this one is switch form, and I was commenting on this earlier, but one of the things I found interesting was Brian Aragon does the Hurricane topsail left-footed, and we just saw him do the switch true sole, which was also left-footed. Now that doesn't really compute to me because generally when I see people do, any form of solo grind, they have one clearly dominant foot rather than, a situational foot depending on which trick is called or which spin it is.
That was quite a leap.
Where you going, fool? I'm gonna rinse this.
It's good to have confidence. Oh, he gapped right over into the Hurricane topsail.
Sometimes, dude,
That's gonna be the game.
Training facility, things don't work out as you plan.
That sucks because I'm broke. I don't even have any money.
Give one more try for the illusion top horn to see if you got it.
Yeah, for pride. You always got to get that one trick in for pride. Nice.
I'm so mad I have to buy that dude lunch.
Well, it looks like Brian Aragon was able to successfully defend his territory here at the Razors training facility. He did have home field advantage, though, so we don't want to discredit that. Nevertheless, a great effort from Chris Haffey, but to the victors go the spoils. That's how it works. Look how dissatisfied Chris looked about that.
Tastes like victory.
All right, guys. Well, that was the battle between Brian Aragon and Chris Haffey. It was the first in a whole series of videos where Chris Haffey went around the United States challenging pretty much all of the top skaters to a game of blade with some pretty heavy stakes attached. This time it was lunch, but every time it changes up a little bit, and I would argue it gets a little more intense each time. What I'm curious about from all of you, since this was over 10 years ago, is which trick was your favorite that was dropped in the Razors training facility in this game of blade? Personally, from Brian Aragon, I really like the true spin fish to revert forward. To me, that's a trick that looks good pretty much no matter what you do it on. Love true spin fish. For Chris Haffey, though, I really liked his 3 topsail to sole. That's a lot of spinning to put into a trick with a ledge that high, and it's also showing off that technical dexterity going from one foot over to the other. It's a trick that I have a lot of respect for. And you know what? These are 2 of the bladers that I have tremendous respect for collectively. They've done a lot for blading, and so it was really cool to see them collaborate together in this video, challenging each other to a fun game of blade, just for all of our benefit, that as viewers, we could be entertained, we could get a glimpse into the behind the scenes of their life, their training, and their skill set. I think that's one of the best things about blading is we have this small-knit, close-knit community where we can all share in the passion for rollerblading. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Rolling Reactions. Again, I'm Butch Lehman, reminding you to stay safe, stay healthy, and get out there and do some rollerblading. Till next time, guys, we'll see you on Rolling Reactions. Peace, everybody!